to the Tea to Go vlog. This is not the full Tea and Possibilities podcast that I wanted to share. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to pull together everything that I needed to do it because, as you all know, I will be moving in the next couple of days back to London. But I did want to have a little bit of a catch up with you before I go back to podcasting in the new year. The podcast will be back on the 9th of January, although I am hoping to squeeze in another vlog before then. But in the meantime, you can find me, as always, on Instagram and Twitter at hippie_Nikki. I'm on Ravelry as Nikki Hippie, and there is also a Ravelry group for Tea and Possibilities now, so you can search that under the groups tab on Ravelry. Thank you so much for coming back. I hope you had an amazing Christmas and run up to the festive period. I hope you're feeling really relaxed now and looking forward to the new year. I know that I am. And if you are a new viewer, thank you for checking out this slightly different to the usual podcast. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you will come back and spend some more time with me. It's been a pretty rough end to the year. There's been a lot of really, really sad news from the death of incredible icons like George Michael and Carrie Fisher, who was a hero of mine. Princess Leia is one of my favourite characters, and seeing her last year as General Organa in The Force Awakens was just amazing, and my condolences go out to all the families of the people who have died in the last week, because it's incredibly sad. And on top of that, you know, we've had really bad news coming from Syria and all over the world, and I just wanted to check in and just have a little bit of positivity and remind ourselves that there is good in the world and there is happiness. So I hope, despite the really rough end to this year, that you've had a really lovely time with your family and friends. I thought I'd share with you a few of the goodies that I got for Christmas, because I was really, really spoilt and I'm very excited about it. First up, this is a selection, by the way. This is absolutely not everything I got because I was really spoilt. But a few of the things aren't here. I had Christmas in London and I left a few of my presents there because I was only going to bring them back and take them back again. So a few of them are there, including a Hufflepuff mug, which is like the best thing ever. I love it. But my mum got me this book, which is Natural Beauty with Coconut Oil, which I love. And I brought it back with me because I wanted to read it. And it's just lots of really great recipes for smoothies, things to eat, and things that you can make to use on your skin. So there is a honey and coconut oil cleanser, Himalayan salt exfoliator, there's a body scrub, and there's even toothpaste, which is a little bit weird, but yeah, I definitely want to try that one. And there's also some tips for a healthier you, which is something I'm really looking forward to in the new year, because I've eaten my body weight in cheese this last couple of weeks. I need to get healthy. So that's one thing that I will be using to make a few different bits and bobs in the new year. I won't be making soap for a little while, because you were right, guys. Literally, as I'm making soap, I was getting all these comments coming in going, I really think you should maybe try melt and pour, because it's easier, especially if you haven't made soap before. I was already on batch 2 when I uploaded that video. It was way, way too late for me. Batch 2 was definitely better than batch 1, but still didn't set correctly, so that did not get given out to people, as you can imagine. I did really enjoy the process. It was very mad scientist, which I really enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to having another go. But I think I'm going to do some research. I'm going to have a look online, see if I can get more information than was in the recipe in the book that I had. And then I will have another go in the new year, and maybe this time next year I will have given beautiful pieces of soap to people for Christmas. Who knows? But I will definitely be making some fun like face scrubs and things out of this book, because coconut oil is something that I always have in the cupboard. I use it for everything, really. It's amazing stuff, and I'm looking forward to finding new ways to use it. Something else my mum got me is the Modern Natural Dyer. I'm so excited about this. This is by Kristen Vejar. which I'm probably mutilating, I'm really sorry. And the photography is by Sarah Remington. And I do mention the photography because the photography in this book is amazing. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at that. It's just stunning. Beautiful, beautiful photography. And I'm so excited about this book because, as you know, I tried dyeing this year, which I really love. My nan actually wants to claim the orange skeins that I dyed. So there we go, they have a home. And I'm really intrigued by trying new techniques. And I'm probably too much of a beginner for this, but I'm going to do it anyway because it looks like so much fun. And it's just a really beautiful book. I would highly recommend this if you have any interest in dyeing at all. If you're, a more professional dyer, I'd still recommend it because it is beautiful. Like, it is just beautiful to have. It's such a lovely thing. And it's really, really interesting. I've only had a flick through at the moment, but I really like, here we go. I really like things like this, where they've dyed this onesie with tea, which just seems perfect for me. I should absolutely do that. Maybe not a onesie, but yeah, I've only had a flick through at the moment, and I'm really looking forward to like hunkering down and with a cup of tea and reading this, because there are some beautiful, beautiful projects in here that I cannot wait to try, and I'm so excited about it. It just appeals to me on so many levels. So yes, first glance, totally recommend this, and I'm so chuffed that I received it for Christmas. Thank you so much. I also got a wee bit of yarn. I got these two. My mum and Lan went to Luxembourg. They go to Christmas markets every year, different price every time, which is really nice. And they brought these back for me. They always bring back a couple of Christmas tree decorations, which I have on our little tree. But this was lovely. This is kid-like colour. And it is, if I can find, where is it? Here we go. It is 38% nylon, 32% acrylic, and 30% mohair. And I've tried this on my wrists, on my neck, and I think I'd be okay. I think this is little enough mohair that I would be okay with this, because this is a beautiful colour, and I really like the two of them together. And inside the ball band is actually the pattern for this cowl that this lady's wearing. So I think I might stripe them together and make that, because I think that's really cute and will be quite good for spring when it's a bit too warm to wear something heavier. So I'm definitely going to be making something with these. I really love them together. It's like a sky with clouds, and it's just really pretty. So that was a nice treat to receive. I have one last thing to show you, which is not crafty or knitty or anything like that, but I think is really, really cool, and I want to share it with you. This was one of my presents from Rich. This is the Voynich manuscript, which again, I'm probably mispronouncing, so I'm really sorry. And it's basically, if you haven't heard of it before, I'd only heard of it very vaguely. The Voynich manuscript is a medieval manuscript that nobody knows what it says. The language used is not one known, and we haven't been able to decipher it, and the illustrations don't correspond to any of the plants that currently exist. The star charts don't really match up, so it's a bit of a nonsense, and they don't really know what it was made for, and it's a lot of work given the time that it was made for something that doesn't appear to mean anything. So I've only just started reading this. I've read the introduction and the foreword, and I'm now flicking through the manuscript itself, because the amazing thing about this is it reproduces every page of the manuscript. This is exact size. It's a really beautiful copy, and there is every single page here, and there are places, I won't be able to hold it up because I haven't quite got the wingspan for it, but there are places where in the manuscript the pages fold out, and they've recreated that as well. And then when you come to the end of the manuscript, I'm about halfway through, which sounds ridiculous because I've just said you can't read it, but it's beautiful to look at, and the illustrations, and it's just a lovely thing, and I've just been really enjoying looking at it. So there are several essays at the back about how they've been trying to decipher it, what people think it means, and it's just a beautiful thing. He buys me a book every year, and it's usually a bit of a curiosity. I got the Codex Seraphinianus a few years ago, which is a total nonsense book, which is brilliant and so much fun to look at. And I've got a book of gnomes, so they're always a little bit odd, a bit of a curiosity. I think this might be my favourite one yet, just because it appeals to my sense of mystery. I love mystery. I love medieval history. Yeah, and I just really enjoy it. It's one that I've been dipping in and out of. I had a little read of it while monitoring the vegetables on Christmas Day, which is just the most bizarre thing to be doing. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend this. I've queued up a few documentaries about it on YouTube. So yeah, this is going to be kind of my new interest for the next few months. And if you know anything about it, or you can recommend any documentaries, please let me know, because I'm fascinated and want to know as much as possible. So what did I get up to over Christmas? I had my last day of work on the 16th, and on the 17th I got up early and I packed, and then I went to meet a friend, one of my oldest friends, to do a bit of a Christmas present swap. And then I came home and got in the car and off we went to Cornwall, and it was quite a lot of fun because I turned up and Rich was picking me up from the station, and he came along and I was just expecting to see our car full of, you know, a lot of stuff, and he'd actually put all tinsel in the windscreen and some fairy lights in the back, which was really sweet. So we were a little movable grotto and we got there quite late on the Saturday, and we spent a week there. We came back on the 23rd so that I could spend Christmas Eve with some friends of mine, and then we had a very quiet Christmas in London. It was just really calm, really lovely food, of course, and just everything I needed, because it has been a bit of a whirlwind month and I needed time to breathe. But I did do some filming in Cornwall, which you will be seeing now. And it was such great fun. We went on a lot of long walks.
I love that colour. That colour I could dye up and make a cardigan out of.
We went to the ferry boat inn, which was a really long walk. I think it was about 2 miles. We walked there and back, so about 4 in total. It didn't feel as long coming back, I have to say, because you don't stop as much coming back. And so that was a great long walk. And we found these really amazing bright red mushrooms, which were really cool, and we're going to look them up. Rich has actually got a book of mushrooms, so we're going to dig that out and try and figure out what it was we saw. Knowing our luck, it will probably turn out to be the most delicious mushroom known to man, but we left it because it was red and we assumed it was poisonous, which is the safest thing to do. Don't eat mushrooms. Don't just take them unless you know what you're doing, which I don't, which is why we left it. But that was a great walk. I got out my wellies and got really muddy. Rich actually gave me one of my Christmas presents early. He bought me a North Face jacket. I have several coats, including a barber coat that he got me last year. And, oh no, sorry, it was earlier this year. And I don't actually have a really waterproof one for the winter, so he got me this little purple coat. And so I put that on with my wellies and went stomping through the mud, and I had a great time. It was brilliant. I love going on long walks. And we stopped at the pub and got some hot chocolate and a bowl of chips, and then headed back and thoroughly earned our dinner, frankly. I feel like I didn't put very much weight on this Christmas because I did so much walking, and then made up for it when I got to London and ate all the cheese. But that's another story. We also spent an evening in Mousehole to have a look at the Mousehole lights.
Welcome to Mousehole, Nikki.
And I had heard the story about Mousehole and the Great Storm Cat, but I was very small. I remember watching it as a cartoon with my granddad, and I had a very vague memory of it. Not so much the story, but I had memories of the illustrations that I'd seen. So when we got back, because I had absolutely no idea what any of it meant, we actually sat and watched a YouTube video of the story, which I will link to in the show notes because it is really sweet. I enjoyed it and I didn't even have a child with me. So it's fun for all ages. But we went and we saw the lights and had a little walk along the beach. And it was just really sweet. And I saw possibly my favourite sign of all time. There was just this sign up saying, if you go up the road, you'll see probably the biggest nativity in Cornwall. Which was, I just thought, the funniest. It just made me really laugh, and I don't know why. It was just really funny. Then we hung out in the pub for a little while before heading back in our tinselled and fairy lighted car with lots of Christmas music playing. So that was really festive. I really enjoyed that. We had lots of family meals. I must have done a lot of walking because I did not put much weight on at all, considering how much we ate. We watched It's a Wonderful Life, which is I have to watch it every year and I cry every year. So I was just sat there with my cheese and crackers sobbing at the end because that's just what I do, unfortunately. We had a day where we went off exploring on our own as well. And that was really fun. We had a big climb up on the cliff and we ran around on the beach. I got a little bit too confident and ended up paddling in the sea, not noticing a massive wave was coming in, and got a very, very full welly. Which was not ideal because then I was squelching about in a wet sock. And just before we left, the sun came out and there was this little bench, and I always think when you see a little bench that you should go and sit on it because it's been put there for a reason. And the view here was beautiful, absolutely stunning. It was just with the sun out on the sea. It was a beautiful day. You wouldn't have known it was December. It was so beautiful. So that was a great walk. I really recommend that one. We also picked up lots of pasties. We got one from Pips, which I did not finish because they're huge. I can never finish them. I don't know why I get mediums. I can never finish them. I know why I get mediums, because the smalls are always sold out. But on the day that we went off on our little walk together, we picked up some pasties for sustenance in the Horse and Jockey in Helston, which I thoroughly recommend. Rich got a chuck steak pasty and I got a sausage roll because they didn't have small ones. And I thought a sausage roll was that bit smaller than a pasty, and I did finish it, so winning. So yeah, I had a great time in Cornwall. It was really beautiful. It's always such a beautiful place to be. We're hoping to get down there again for Rich's birthday, which will be hopefully warmer, definitely sunnier. So I'll be taking you guys along for that as well. But before I go, I just wanted to do a quick reminder of the cows we have coming up. Starting on January the 1st is the Best Year Ever cow. This is a year-long cow, and all you have to do this year, 2017, is make 4 things that you love. You don't have to finish them. They don't only have to be for you. They can be knitting or crochet. Just things that make you happy. Just 4 items that are going to make you really happy, either to knit on or to finish and own. 4 things that are going to make it your best year ever. There is a pen pal element to this cow, and originally I had said get your details to me by the 31st of December, but this little vlog is going out a bit later than I had hoped, and it's a busy time of year. So if you get them to me by the 2nd of January, I will get your pen pal to you by the 3rd, which is the day before I start my new job. Fingers crossed I'm able to do that. If not, you will have it by the end of that week. If you would like to get involved in the pen pal action, please just drop me a private message on Ravelry. I will add you to the list and you will receive your pen pal in early January. I have had a couple of queries about the Best Year Ever cow. Yes, you are allowed to double dip. Or poly dip, actually, as the geeky girls would say. So you can double dip or poly dip in other cows. I absolutely don't mind if taking part in another cow is going to make you happy, put you up for more prizes. Go for it. I am really happy for you to do that. The only thing that is not allowed is whips. You have to start you have to start your projects in 2017. So you can start on the 1st of January. You can cast on all 4 on the 1st of January, but no sooner. So that is the only stipulation that I'm putting in there, that there are no whips allowed. But hey, you've got a whole year, so I'm sure you'll find something in that year that you can put in the cowl. I'm really excited about the Best Year Ever cowl. It's my first cowl. As I said, it's probably a bit ambitious, but I've had so much good feedback, particularly about the pen pal element, that I am really, really excited to get going on this. I'm really excited to see the friendships that are made, the community you build, and just some joy and happiness. And there may be elements coming into the cowl later in the year, just to keep that whole theme of Best Year Ever chugging along. So keep an eye out for that in the coming months. The second project that we have launching in 2017 is the wardrobe project. This is mostly a personal project, but I would love for other people to get involved and share their stories and their hints and tips. So I picked up this great A4 plain page notebook in Tesco a couple of weeks ago, and this is where I'm going to do all my planning for the wardrobe project. So I'm going to start off with lots of note taking about the things that I like, the colours that I like, the styles I like, and then I'm going to go into planning for outfits that I want to make over the course of the year. This is a great opportunity for double dipping with the Best Year Ever cowl, because I'm going to want to knit some garments and they're going to make me really happy. So those are ones that I will be including in the Best Year Ever cowl. There'll be a couple of cardigans, perhaps some socks. But yeah, I will be sharing, I haven't started this yet. I've got a lot of stuff bubbling away in my head that I'm ready to write down, but I wanted to wait until I had a good couple of hours to set up the table, get all my pens, my pencils, my colouring pencils, and just sit and work and really dive into it. And I love this notebook, it's really pretty. I thought I was going to get just a plain one, and then I saw this and was like, had to have it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting that. As soon as I do, and as soon as I've done a fair wedge of the work, I will be doing a video to take you through my notebook. Hopefully that will inspire you to get planning yourself. Hopefully you will see that and have more ideas that you will then share with the rest of us, because there is a thread for the wardrobe project on the Ravelry group. So yeah, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. Again, I'm really sorry it's not a full podcast, but I am pulling together my show notes for the first one that I'm going to do in 2017, so it will be a goodie. I just didn't want to rush through it because I have an appointment for later this afternoon. I say appointment, I'm going to get a pedicure ready for the new year. It's a treat. But again, I hope you had a great Christmas, or whatever you celebrate, or even if you don't celebrate, I hope you had a lovely break. I wish you all the very best for the new year. I am really hopeful about 2017. 2016 on a worldwide and on a personal level was a bit of a fail. It was a bit of a stinker. I think we can all agree. There have been worse years, absolutely. But for me personally, it was a bit of a... but there have been mega positives, like starting this podcast and hanging out with you guys, that I'm really excited to do more of in the new year. I'm hoping to do more videos, more vlogging, perhaps do Vlogtober and Vlogmas next year. And I'm just really hopeful that 2017 is going to be a great year. I'm doing my best to put things in place now to ensure that. And I really encourage you to do that too. So absolutely, if you do have any time between now and the new year, take it for yourself and plan for a great 2017. And if you don't, that's absolutely fine. You do not have to have everything ready for January the 1st. You just don't. So you can start whenever. But I really hope to see you taking part in the Best Year Ever cowl. I would love for you to get involved with the wardrobe project. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing what you guys create in the new year. See you on the group. So if I don't see you before, although I'm hoping to, if I don't see you before, have a fantastic New Year's Eve and all the very, very best for 2017. Take care, bye.